Hey there, it's Tammy with It's All About the Dogs.
Noelle with Positive Directions Canine Academy.
Thanks for watching today. What are we talking about?
Well, today, there's been I don't know if you saw this on Facebook the other day, but they were talking about how often you should feed your dog.
I saw that. There's an article out there and people were commenting back and forth. I think it was that Dr. Baker or whatever that puts out the vet stuff.
Talking about how your dog's smarter if they eat one meal a day.
Yes,
that's the one.
So what do you think, Noelle?
Well, I've always given my dog something for breakfast and something for dinner.
Yeah.
Some dogs can't handle waiting that long for food, and they will actually get kind of sick to their stomach. It's like the gases in their stomach are rumbling and making making them
Mine do
sick.
too when I don't eat it on a regular basis.
Yeah,
But
I know the first thing that I want to do when I wake up is go to the bathroom, and then I'd like to have
a
breakfast.
snack of some sort
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Well, and Zella, she had some intestinal issues at one point after a surgery, and she had to eat 4 times a day
Oh wow.
to keep the acid from building up in her stomach.
Mhm.
First thing out of bed in the morning, she had to have a cookie. If
Yeah.
she didn't, she would start throwing up,
Mhm.
which is never a good thing.
No, once your dog gets nauseated, they're not going to want to eat, and
Mhm.
you're just kind of perpetuating the problem. So, I don't know how much it's going to lower your dog's IQ points by feeding them breakfast, but I kind of have my doubts.
Yeah, I read
About
that.
that
I
being-
read that article. I don't know if y'all have read that article or not, but
Yeah.
I just disagree with it.
Yeah,
I just do.
yeah. I don't think that dogs need to eat 4 times a day unless there's a medical
Unless they're
reason why.
sick, small portions
Exactly.
at that point.
And I don't think that they need to eat 3 meals a day, but I think breakfast and dinner's plenty good for
Yes.
most dogs. Which brings us to you feeding them twice a day on a schedule.
Mhm.
Pick up the food after 5 minutes or so and put it away if the dog hasn't eaten it. What we don't want to get into is the opposite problem where your dog becomes,
Free feeding.
free feeding.
And I know there's a whole lot of people that totally do that, and
Mhm.
usually it tends to be people with smaller dogs. I've seen.
Yeah, smaller dogs can have hypoglycemia from not eating,
Mhm.
and so that definitely tends to be a thing that they do. But
But there's other ways to control that besides free feeding. Right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you can give small snacks during the day just to kind of break things up a little bit. So I think that it's really important to feed your dog on a schedule, and here's some reasons why. The first one is that your dog has to go to the bathroom within 30 minutes of eating a meal. So it's going to make it a whole lot easier to predict bowel movements and get your dog outside on a schedule so
Right.
they're not having accidents.
Especially
Second
if
reason,
you have older ones or really young ones,
yeah,
So-
absolutely. The second one is by feeding your dog on a routine schedule, you're going to know if your dog doesn't eat a meal. You're going to notice right away. If you're free feeding, you may not notice for a day or two that your dog's not themselves and they haven't been eating. And you could have caught something a day or two earlier, and in some instances that can make all the difference in a diagnosis.
Wow, it could, for
Yeah.
sure.
So definitely that's going to be another thing that's going to help you. And then the last thing is you become predictable for your dog, which aids in helping them find comfort in the routine. So if you've got a brand new dog that you've recently adopted, setting up a routine for them with things that they can expect at certain times will really help that adjustment process as they're adjusting to their new home. So I think it's awesome to feed twice a day.
Yeah, me too. And that's what we do. And they know. They totally know. They have an internal clock. So, they know they're getting their breakfast at 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll go sit in the kitchen if I'm not on time for that.
Yes.
And it was funny because I had my dog sitter over the other day in the afternoon because I was going to show her how to take care of them in the evening.
Mhm.
And when 5 minutes till 5 rolled around, Titus got up and started walking around like, hello, it's 5 o'clock. Do you realize that we have to eat now?
Absolutely.
So yeah, they get on their own schedule and start letting you know
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
when they're hungry. Now, do you give your dogs treats during the day?
I don't.
Really?
I really don't. I don't see a need for giving my dogs treats during the day for just being a dog. or for coming inside or that kind of thing. If I'm house training, then I will give treats, but during the day, no, I don't.
Okay, so mine have gotten on, they have gotten on a routine of their last out at night. And this started because of her issues when she was having the, you know, some medical issues. And I was having to keep food in her all the time because of that. So we started this last out at night, which is, you know, like 10 o'clock or so. And they go out and potty, and then they all come in and they line up in the hallway. And they want a cookie before they go to bed. They won't go to bed unless I get the cookies out of the closet. So there's that.
I love it. Well, I do give my dogs something to chew on at night after dinner. So I feed dinner, then the dogs go outside and they do their business, and then they come back in, and then everybody gets something that they can lay around and chew on, and it just kind of helps me so that I can sit down and decompress and have a little bit of time to myself. And it gives the dog something to do while I am ignoring them.
Right, because if I don't do something, she will bring me 400 toys.
Will she?
Oh yeah. Will you play with this one? Can we play with this one?
And how about this one?
And I'm trying to read. I'm trying to do some work. So that's a good idea. What do you give them to chew on?
My dogs get raw meaty bones, and so they might get like a knuckle bone or a chicken neck, or sometimes I give tendons or bully sticks, that kind of stuff. So yeah,
just to keep them busy for a while.
Just to keep them busy for a while, and I absolutely I require 20 minutes of just uninterrupted silence.
And you have how many dogs?
I've got 6 dogs, and so so I absolutely have to have at least just a little bit of time to myself where I can just sit there and check on my phone. I hardly ever get on Facebook nowadays, and so that's my time when I sit down and go on Facebook and see what I'm missing.
And then the bunch of corgis, they're so busy, you have to kind of get some decompression time.
Yeah.
So basically, we are not veterinarians or professionals in that area. But feeding your dog twice a day, we kind of disagree with the article that came out.
Yep. And that's just my professional opinion. I just think that dogs do better when they've got food in their bodies to help nourish their brain and all the other stuff.
I know I don't think well when I don't have food.
I don't think well when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I get hangry really fast, and
most of us do.
Yeah. Yep. And there's
All
nothing worse than a hangry dog.
There's not. They're all over the map. So if you have any questions, or you know, drop us a comment. What do you think? How often do you feed your dog?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Throw some feedback out there, and make sure to like our channels.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Have a great day.